Hey everyone. I wanted to do something a little different, and maybe I'll do this more often, but I want to do an energy update, and not from any particular astrological alignment or anything like that, just from my felt experience. And I'm really curious to see if I'm the only one going through this or if other people are experiencing it on some level as well. I've noticed, particularly the last week, but I think it was kind of brewing a little bit before then, that there's been a lot of high energy to integrate. I have been, particularly this last week, really struggling to function because I'm being hit with such high dimensional energies, such bliss energy, that I can barely get out of bed, and I am struggling every day to get out of bed. And I'm not complaining. This is a nice problem to have. I'd far rather be not functioning because of high energy than, being in a low vibrational state, right? But it's making being able to function certain ways really difficult. Like I have a list of phone calls and so forth that it's been a real struggle for me to get that done because I've been getting up so late. And I this is part of my life. I'm used to this. I there are certain times of the year, particularly when the veil is thin, or there's some kind of either like maybe if there's a solar flare, or if there's an eclipse, or if there is a solstice or an equinox or some other big energetic event going on, I will quite often get knocked out, and not all the time, but some of the time I will also experience high levels of bliss, particularly as the last few years have gone along. But this week has been particularly powerful, and I'm kind of curious if it might be on some way astrological, because we've just had the 11/11 portal, so that's high energy there, and then we've got the super full moon in Taurus tomorrow, and I am a Taurian actually, and then next week we have Pluto going into Aquarius for the final time, and will stay there for the next 20-ish years. And so there are some things going on that maybe are adding to it. I meant to check the Schumann resonance. I actually forgot to do that. So there could be some of that going on as well. But I'm curious, are you feeling a little out of it right now? And, when their energies are high, it affects people differently. Some people will get knocked out. Some people will get highly energized and like a go, 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 kind of wired, can't sleep. And then other ascension symptoms might come up. So for me, I'm finding that I have a lot of stuff going on in my crown and my third eye, a lot of activation there. I'm finding I'm having to take things at a very, very slow pace. I'm staying in bed very late. It's like the energy comes, my ear starts ringing, it hits me really hard, and then I'm out of there. I'm not on this dimension anymore. And I keep falling into it. I'll come out and then I go back in. And it's like it's really like and so I find that it takes me, when I do get up, a long time before I can really focus on anything and concentrate, and when I do, it's for a very short period of time and then I'm done. So that's why, so if you've been sending me messages or stuff like that, I have not been getting back to you, because I have times like this in my life where I just have to have a time out, and I just have to put the energy integration first, because it's very important work, to anchor in these higher energies into this dimension, into this timeline, and it takes a lot of effort. And so I've come to accept this as part of my life, and I never know when it's going to happen. In the same way that, if we have issues with our health, which I get from time to time, you just got to accept that, and you've got to just work with what your limitations are at the time. But when it comes to these things, when it comes to the energetic work, I'm always curious to know, is this something personal that I'm going through right now, or is this in the collective? Because I am quite a barometer for the collective. That's why I will do collective readings, because I can tune in very easily to that. And so I can get hit twice. I can get hit with my own sort of impact of the energies and also with what's going on collectively. So it's like a double whammy for me. So I'm always curious if other people are picking up on this and maybe experiencing it in different ways, but are feeling something going on right now. It's kind of why I'm doing this video. So yeah, I'd love to know if you've been feeling like extra tired, whether you've been having difficulties with motivation, or you've been the opposite, you've been wired and you can't sleep and you're just constantly having these ideas and downloads. You know, this last month before I got hit last week and I sort of completely crashed, the month before I was just go. I was in full Virgo mode. I was getting constant downloads and I was just staying up crazy late, getting stuff done on my website, getting stuff done on my podcast, getting stuff done on other things that are coming soon. And yeah, so it's like I've had a full month of just crazy being completely sort of tuned in and just go. And then inevitably that doesn't last forever. And so I sort of hit the crash, but the crash came as this huge bliss wave that knocked me completely out. I wasn't quite expecting it. So I'm curious if you're noticing any changes in yourself and your energy levels and what you can and you can't do, besides, you know, life circumstances that can throw you, you know, just general feeling in yourself. So I'd love to hear in the comments if you're going through it now, or you're getting a sense that there's something going on right now and you're not quite sure what it is. Because sometimes I will not only be a barometer for the collective, but sometimes I get hit with things before. It's almost like I might experience something and then a week later I start hearing other people having similar experiences. And sometimes also I'm quite sensitive, so sometimes I will pick up on things that others don't. So it's kind of an energy update to sort of like, this might be on your horizon soon, but everybody's going to experience it differently if it is something indeed collective. But I would love to know what your experience is right now energetically, and you know how life feels. So let me know in the comments. There's some things in the works right now that are maybe addressed in another video, but I do have some new stuff coming soon, and I can't really say too much about it because I don't know how long it's going to take for me to actually get to the point where I'm ready, because my plans have got out the window recently. Not only have I been dealing with this energy and sort of feeling like, you know, I've got this sort of dimensional jet lag where I'm kind of half over here in this higher dimension and half down here on the earth plane, and trying to find the balance between the two. But I've also been called to do some work that I feel that once it's sort of like set up, it's going to be very apt for what is coming later. And because I'm doing this work, and because I'm trying to sort of catch up with things I got behind on and stuff like that, I don't know exactly when it's going to actually sort of like be ready. But I do have something coming next week, as long as I'm actually able to get out of bed and do it next week. But I do plan to do something for the Pluto coming into Aquarius, should that work out that day. I'm always really what's the word? I'm always kind of like dubious about doing things on special high energy days, because sometimes I can be so out of it that I can't really function. I couldn't put a video together, I couldn't edit something, I couldn't write a post. And so, but my hope is that I'm going to be able to do something for Aquarius, Pluto coming into Aquarius, and if not, very shortly after, because I want to try and capture some of that energy in a reading. But there are other things coming. And with the migration that I've just done, some of you will be aware that I've just migrated the podcast. That's another reason why I'm behind on things, because basically Substack, there is a post up on Substack, so you could read the story. I won't get into it here, but basically all my content got lost. And I decided to, instead of recover it on Substack, which I could do myself because I had everything on my computer, I decided to put it up on Spotify and YouTube. And lo and behold, the day after I put up my podcast, my Tarot by Thea podcast on Spotify, the very next day, Spotify does a major update, which focuses a lot on new features for video podcasts, which is just beautiful timing from the universe for me. So I feel very much that was supposed to happen at this time. So I'm not like upset about it, but it put me back a week in my schedule, on top of the fact that I'm having to be at reduced capacity right now. So there are things in the works. I will talk about them soon as they come up, but I want to be really sure that I'm ready for each one and I've got everything in place before I really announce it. But there's a lot going on, and the podcasting thing is a big part of it. So watch this space. So yeah, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and let me know in the comments how you're doing. All right, take care. Bye.